For 3-year-old Elijah Vue in the Two Rivers area. All hands on deck today with air searches, water searches, and of course ground searches. Our Brittany Schmidt is at the scene. They are looking for 3-year-old Elijah Vue. Here is his picture. He is 45 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He has a birthmark on his left knee. He was last seen in Two Rivers on Tuesday morning.
Elijah's mother and another man who lives in this apartment building where investigators have been searching and collecting evidence. Right now, both are in custody. I'm told both are held on child neglect.
Two Rivers Police asking you to check for any video or photos of this car that you see on your screen. They're looking for any surveillance footage of the vehicle from February 19th between 2 and 9 p.m. It's a beige 1997 Nissan Altima with a pit.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we cover true crime, mystery to the missing. This is Elijah Vue, a 3-year-old boy. His mother, Katrina Baur, 31 years old, was living in Wisconsin Dells, but was dropping her son off at the apartment complex in Two Rivers, Wisconsin, nearly 150 miles away. The renter, Jesse Vang, 39 years old, was apparently Katrina's boyfriend, who he also had a young son living there at the time. Katrina would drop her son Elijah off for long periods of time for disciplinary actions. This discipline was off and on for about a month prior to his disappearance. Jesse Vang was the enforcer, and the mother was aware of his quote-unquote tactics for discipline that would often go on for weeks at a time. His punishment would include forcing poor Elijah to stand and pray for 3 hours. If not, he would threaten the boy with a cold shower. This was a so-called boot camp for the boy, according to the parties involved. Jesse Vang also has a dark past, where he spent several years in prison for dealing some hard drugs. Sadly, the family and friends who actually loved Elijah would have their world turned upside down when they learned that little Elijah was reported missing on February 20th, sometime in the morning after the caretaker, Jesse Vang, called 911 to report Elijah missing.
For 3-year-old Elijah Vue, here is his picture. He is 45 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He has a birthmark on his left knee. He was last seen in Two Rivers on Tuesday morning. In the 3900 block of Mishicot Road in the city, there was a large police presence in the woods just behind the St. John's Evangelical Lutheran Church. That's where we find our Brittany Schmidt live right now. Brittany, what can you tell us?
Efforts, you can see local, state, federal officials line up along the road here on 45th Street and go almost hand in hand into the ditch area searching for Elijah. Eyes clearly focused on the ground, scanning the area for anything that could help them find the little boy still missing. Several others entered the back half of the woods behind the church to start their search.
Katrina and Jesse would be brought in for questioning and later charged with child neglect. So what happened to poor Elijah just before he went missing? According to Jesse Vang, this is what he told investigators. Apparently, the mother dropped Elijah off on February 12th and was supposed to be picked up on the 23rd. Vang said that Elijah was sleeping on the sofa in the living room at 7:30 a.m. when he prepared his son for school. He then woke up Elijah to feed him cereal. He didn't change his diaper and told Elijah that he had to stand next to Vang's bed and pray. At some point, Vang said he shut the door and fell back asleep around 8 a.m. Vang then woke up nearly 3 hours later to find that Elijah was missing. He called 911 at 10:59 a.m. to report Elijah missing. During the interview process, the mother, Katrina, would change her stories, and at one point originally said that she was staying at her home in Wisconsin Dells during this time period, but then changed her story to claim that she did visit Jesse and her son on February 14th, the 16th, and the 17th.
And to clean him, you put him in cold water. When authorities kind of talked to Vang, one of the quotes that he gave him was, "It's not like his knees are shaking and about to fall over." Vang kind of described Elijah being there kind of like a boot camp, and he wanted to make sure that the 3-year-old understood that going back home with his mom to Wisconsin Dells should be a privilege for him. So those. Sure, we know that Jesse Vang is the one that called 911 and reported him missing. He told authorities that morning he got up to help his other son, his 15-year-old son, get up, get on the bus, go to school. And when he came back inside, he said that Elijah was sleeping on the futon. He woke Elijah up and brought him into the room with him, shut the door, went back to bed. And when he woke up, Elijah was not there anymore.
And later that night, law enforcement found the only evidence that we know of belonging to the boy. Elijah's dinosaur-printed slip-on shoe. Just one. This was found literally right next to Jesse's apartment building. There recently has been some major updates in this case, including new charges and law enforcement needing the public's help. It appears that the mother had lied about when she came to see Vang since dropping her son off, and according to the new charges, this is why.
So, evidence that on February 14th, she left the 6-year-old unattended in a vehicle for approximately an hour in cold weather. The temperature around that time was around probably 27 to 30 degrees with the vehicle turned off.
Then again, on February 16, prosecutors say a 3-year-old child was left alone while Baur and her boyfriend Jesse Vang spent time together in Manitowoc, and neither was seen with the child. Baur's mother also addressed the court through a letter read by the district attorney asking the judge to keep her daughter behind bars.
But the biggest update is apparently law enforcement believes that this vehicle, a 97 Nissan Altima, beige in color, with registration beginning with an A and ending in an O, was used on February 19th, sometime between 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. in the Two Rivers, Wisconsin area. They claim this vehicle does not belong to either Vang or Baur, nor are they interested in the owner, but want to know if anybody had seen this vehicle or captured it on surveillance. Sadly, poor Elijah has still not been found, and the search for the missing boy continues. Please share this video, smash the like button, share your thoughts in the comments below, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.